Hello, this is Jessica McKay. I'm an intuitive counselor and spiritual teacher, and in this video I'm going to teach you in 4 easy steps how to have an out-of-body experience, even if you're a beginner. I started having out-of-body experiences a couple of years ago, and they really ramped up for me when I started meditating. And somehow there was something about sitting in mindfulness that really started to create more and more of these experiences for me. So if you already have a meditation practice, that's great. And if you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to sit for hours in meditation to have an out-of-body experience, but it can help on a daily basis. What this takes is a little bit of practice and courage. It takes courage because for many of you, this is going to be a new experience if you've never done it before. And it's so empowering and so joyful to have this experience because for the first time ever, you will know without having to take anyone's word for it that you can exist outside your body. You will know that death is not real, it's an illusion, and that you have power beyond measure. So that's really the reason why we initiate these experiences. Once you know that you can do it, you keep initiating them because it helps you to remember that truth, which is so important living on this earth, to know that this is temporary, we're here for a short while, and death is not the end. It is just, when you find that for yourself the first time, there's no joy equal to it. It's just wonderful. So I want you to experience that, and I want you to experience it tonight. So what you're going to do first is, the step number 1 is to set your intent. And what that means is just having an intention to have this out-of-body experience, to tell your mind that this is what we're doing later. We are going to emerge out of this cocoon. I am going to have a conscious out-of-body experience. So tonight, when you go to sleep, and this also works for during the day, so whether you're taking a nap or you're going to bed at night, what you want to do is to set your intent the first thing. And so just say to yourself, I now allow myself to have a conscious out-of-body experience. So it's sort of like a mantra that you want to say just a few times. You don't have to go crazy with it, but you're setting your intent. And so as you close your eyes, imagine getting up out of bed. Imagine getting up off the couch. Imagine walking through your house, and you might choose a particular room that you're going to go into in your mind, using your imagination. So just picture yourself walking into that room. Imagine the feeling of the floor under your feet. Imagine the feeling of the objects in your room. Look at the details. If you have a fireplace, look at what's on top of the mantle. Look at your bookshelf. You're doing this all in your imagination. And as you walk through your room, there's going to come a point where it gets boring and your mind is going to start to try to wander and let go and go on to other things. That's okay. Let it go someplace else, and you're going to find that you start to drift into sleep. So the next step is to just become aware that you're getting more tired, that it's becoming more difficult for you to stay focused on the room where you're imagining walking in. So just notice that. Just acknowledge what's happening. So basically what you're doing is you're separating, kind of like in meditation, you're separating from what the mind is doing and you're watching it. You're watching your thoughts. Boy, now I'm imagining walking around my room. Oh, now I'm thinking of something else. Now I'm really tired. Now I'm starting to you notice certain changes in your body as you start to fall asleep. So at this point, one of 2 things can happen. You can either Just simply fall asleep. And later on, maybe a few minutes later, maybe an hour later, if you've set up your intention in a strong way with the steps beforehand, you will wake up within your dream. You'll become aware that you are dreaming. That's what's called a lucid dream, where you become aware that you're having a dream. And that's really, you're right on the edge of having an out of body at that point. All that you need to do from that point on is to acknowledge and say aloud in the dream, now I'm out of body. I am out of body. And when you do that, something happens, something shifts. What you'll notice is that the dream that you were dreaming, the scenery, wherever you are, will start to disintegrate. Because what's happening is that when you dream and you're not conscious of it, your subconscious is creating all those images. You're in sort of a bubble where you're projecting your reality into space. And you're interacting with people in your dream, and you're creating it. Once you recognize that you're dreaming, and once you say to yourself, now I am out of body, you allow yourself to see beyond your projection, beyond the projection of your subconscious. So your dream will disintegrate and move away, and then you'll see where you really are on the astral. You'll see different scenery, and that's where you actually are. You're functioning in your energy body on another part of the astral. And you'll see where you are if you're open to it. One thing that you might do after you say, now I'm out of body, is you might say, I am willing to see beyond my projection. I am now willing to see beyond my projection. And watch as your dream fades away. And then you get to have the experience of being where you are. So that's one thing that can happen. The other thing that can happen, the other possibility, is that as you fall asleep, as you drift into sleep, you find yourself in that vibrational state, which means you will feel vibrations in your body that are really strong. And these vibrations happen, these are physical, and they happen before you separate. So when you have a lucid dream, you're already out of your body, and you become aware that you're dreaming. But when you're in the vibrational state, you're falling asleep, and your energy body is separating, but you haven't made the separation yet. Now this can be scary because these vibrations are intense, really intense. There will be no mistaking them when they're happening. It'll be this buzzing. Every organ, every cell will be vibrating, and almost like you're an engine that is revving up. And if you've never experienced this before, it might seem a little bit overwhelming. So what you do at this point is relax into the vibration, completely surrender to it, give yourself over to it. Know that it's safe and that this is normal and nothing bad is going to happen. I just want to really get that across to you. The more you relax, the more the vibrations will rev up, and all of a sudden you'll feel a pop, just a pop, and you'll be out. So just remember to relax into it, and then you'll pop out of your body. And at that point, just say to yourself, now I'm out of body, and notice where you are. At this point, you can just notice. Pay attention to your surroundings. See what happens. See how long you can maintain that experience. So I would love to hear how this goes for you. Please leave me a comment here. Share this video with someone else who might want to have an out-of-body experience. And let me know how it goes.